Welcome to this episode of Matt's Rad Show. Thanks for clicking that button. Today, we're taking a look at some of my favorite movie and TV cars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I've been attending car shows now for many, many years, and every once in a while, one of these TV or movie cars shows up. So I've spent hours scavenging my footage and putting together a collection of these incredible cars. Most are recreations. One of them is an actual screen-used vehicle. All of them are a trip down memory lane, and a testament to the fans who created them. So sit back and relax as we open up the door to nostalgia and take a trip to Hollywood on this special episode of Matt's Rad Show. Welcome to the Cars of Hollywood, Matt's Rad Collection. We'll start here by taking a look at John Milner's 32 Ford. I saw this at Back to the 50s this year and it absolutely blew me away. Though I do believe this is a replica, of course. The original car used in the film was owned by Barris Custom Industries. And as a majority of the movie took place at night, they gave it a bright yellow paint job so it would stand out. Canary yellow. This is awesome. It's even got the THX 138 on the front. 1956 California plates. Look at this, American Graffiti on there too. Look at that. Oh, this is awesome. It's got the dice. American Graffiti reunion. Now this is awesome. And John Milner's car. Look at that. He's got it signed by a bunch of people too. Look at that. It's considered one of the most famous hot rods ever built. That's pretty cool, man. Looks like you got it signed by old John Milner there. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, look at that. 55 next to it. That'd have been cool if I was a black 55 and pulled up next to it just then. Maybe we'll get lucky, we can get a 55 black Chevy showing up next to it here. Here's another 32 Ford that I see a lot at the shows. It's a top 100 Hot Rod magazine favorite. It's an incredible Ford.
Every year you get me here.
You betcha. Good to see you too. I love that car.
Guess she's gasser, huh? 55? It's awesome.
Now I know this isn't the 55 Chevy from American Graffiti, but it is the toughest two-door black 55 Bel Air that I could find in my footage. The 55 Chevy used in the movie was a 210, of course, and had a 454 in it with a 4-speed transmission and functional racing components. It was the real deal. I heard Harrison Ford absolutely loved driving it. I suppose it was good practice for the Millennium Falcon a few years later.
Really nice T-Bird here.
And of course, here's a 56 white Ford Thunderbird. The exact same type of car that Suzanne Summers drove in American Graffiti.
Always got to stop and take a look at a white T-Bird. You never know what kind of beauty's going to be in there. Always chasing beauty, right? American Graffiti. That was the whole point of his character. He was chasing beauty.
Of course, in the movie, she mouthed something to Richard Dreyfuss's character across traffic, and he spent the rest of the movie chasing beauty.
And actually, this is a 56, so yeah, this is the exact car. Well, not the exact car, but one like it.
What kind of wheel coverage did you get?
I believe it was Richard Dreyfuss's character that was looking for the Suzanne Summers character all through that movie. Chasing beauty. Suppose that's what I'm doing at these shows too. Chasing beauty. Love it. What a fun, amazing weekend this is. Back to the 50s. Here she is, old Grease Lightning, 1948 Ford Convertible.
Moving on now, here we have the 1948 Ford Deluxe Convertible, better known as Grease Lightning. Also, one of the most famous hot rods in movie history.
Listen over here, look, this is 4-barrel cars, yeah. You take your barrels, yeah. With the 4-speed on the floor and they're waiting at the door. You know that it's when you're getting lots of grease lightning.
There were several cars created for the movie. The one for the garage scene, of course, before and after restoration, and a different car used for racing scenes. Interestingly enough, the racing scene was filmed in the LA River Basin, which is the same basin used in Terminator 2 and the Transformers movies.
Well, this thing is automatic. It's systematic. It's hydromatic. Why, it's Grease Lightning! Grease Lightning!
And then, of course, there was a different hot rod that they used to fly off into the sky at the end. Just saw the owner has a Rydell High School t-shirt on too. Should be a 48 Ford, right? .1953 Ford. Like how they got Rizzo on there.
I don't know, did Rizzo drive one of these in Greece? I don't know. Next to the Pink Ladies Rule.
And here's just a fun car that I came across that a fan created. Though the Pink Ladies actually drove a 48 Studebaker, this is still fun to see. Thought I would throw this one in just for fun.
It's even got the Pink Ladies jacket.
And here's another 1940s Ford used in the movies. A 1946 Ford Deluxe convertible, driven by Biff in Back to the Future. This car here was not used in the movie. However, it's really close to the cars used in the film for some of Biff and Marty's iconic chase scenes. I read that Biff was originally supposed to be driving a 1950 Mercury in the film, but they chose the Ford because it looked more rugged and it was easier to wreck during stunts. I also heard that they actually used a hardtop 46 Ford, and they chopped the top to make them convertibles, as convertibles were more expensive and harder to come by at the time. So this one here is actually an original 1946 Ford in great shape. It's not hard to imagine Biff sitting in this thing and Marty hiding in the back seat. Another really great hot rod. And of course, I come across many DeLoreans at car shows, many of which have been turned into time machines, though some have not. But most usually have some kind of nod to Back to the Future.
That's cool. Added a bit more to the front there. There we go, they got more. Man, he's got it all hooked up. He's got it all hooked up in here.
I think it's kind of crazy that the original time machine in the original script was supposed to be a refrigerator. I believe they built 7 DeLoreans for the trilogy, each of course customized for specific shots. A few were destroyed during filming, though I do believe there are a couple of them out there still.
This one looks like it's in pretty good shape here, man.
I think you can see one of them in Universal Studios' backlot tour. Always fun to see a DeLorean. Though I have heard that they were not very reliable cars with a top speed of just over 100 miles per hour, and it took a long time to get there. So yes, it may have been true what Marty said. I don't think we have enough road to get up to 88 miles per hour.
We got a DeLorean here.
And here we have everybody's favorite demonic 58 Plymouth Fury. I thought it would be fun to start in the junkyard and work our way to some restored models. Although she was said to be a 58 Fury in the film, the makers of the film used a 58 Plymouth Savoy, as well as several 57 and 58 Plymouth Belvederes and Savoys. Dressed, of course, to look like the Fury models. I think this might be the closest we get to finding Christine. This is a 59 Plymouth. Christine was a 58. That might be the closest we get, though. It looks like we got a 57 here. So we got a 57 and a 59, but no 58. I heard that they used around 20 different Christines during the filming, most of which were destroyed. No special effects in this movie. The destruction scenes were unfortunately real. They crushed all those cars. Look at the license plate, Evil 58 on there. This is kind of fun because it kind of resembles Christine when she was closer to the junkyard stage of her character arc in that movie. Search for the right word. This is fun. An interesting note is that the 58 Fury only came in beige with gold trim, like this one here that I saw at a show. Beautiful car. But they painted Christine red, as that's the color chosen by John Carpenter to make the car look more menacing on film. The cars were pretty heavy and underpowered though, making them hard to control during the movie's chase scenes. I've heard that they're making a new Christine movie. Hope it's true. Can't wait to see it. Always gotta pay my respects to Christine anytime I see one. Don't want her coming after me. Oh yeah. We got Christine here, looks like. 58. Cathedral light, tail lights, look at that. Evil 58. here we have the 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, the car made famous in the movie Smokey and the Bandit.
He's bounding down.
Yes, you got your ears on, son. Oh, bring it on, you lucky devil. It's coming around you. Oh, go ahead. Look, be careful. You're going to have to make your own lane, buddy.
Gotta get the old Trans Am. 77.
Though the car seems super fast and basically uncatchable in the film, the real 77 Pontiacs only had about 220 horsepower and topped out at around 120 miles per hour. Always a show-off and a bit of a stunt driver himself, Burt Reynolds was born to play this part, and I heard he did most of the driving during filming. Though of course the big jumps and more dangerous stunts had to be handled by stunt drivers.
That's a nice bird. It's all painted on there. That's not a decal. A lot of people put decals on there, but that's a... looks like a hand-painted bird right there. That's cool.
What's a Texas County Mountie doing in Arkansas?
That's cool. I don't know if the originals from the factory were hand painted like that or how they got on there. I'm not sure. It's old Bert. Smokey and the Bandit 2.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Look at there, it's got the snowflakes on the tire. BF Goodrich. It's awesome. Yeah. I was just talking to the owner, not Bert, but he said that it is hand painted. That the ones from the factory did come with you know, decals, I guess, graphics. But yeah, the guy, I think he said he had two. I don't know, I forget how long he had it, but he said it took him a long time because all he could do is work on it for about an hour a day. That's all he could stand because he was doing such precise work. It's really nice. And he's got it going all the way around too. All the way around and everything, all this detail work. Oh my gosh, this is probably one of the nicest Bandit Trans Ams I've seen. And I think I've seen this one before at multiple shows, but I've never really stopped to look at the work on the, I almost said decals, but not the decals, the work on the paint. Anyway, all right, I'm geeking out too much on the paint here, but that's really cool Trans Am. Here's old Bert.
The movie turned not only Burt Reynolds into a legend, but also the Pontiac Trans Am, and sales of the Trans Am skyrocketed after the movie came out. I see a Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am at a lot of shows during the year. Always great to see one. The ones I've shown you here, of course, are all replicas.
Yeah. Welcome to Mississippi, Sheriff.
Thank you, Mr. Bandit. And I got a big welcome waiting for you when I get you back home.
Wait a second. This isn't Bert, this is cardboard. Had me fooled.
Listen, give me 5 minutes. We're going to put some moves on that mother. I'll meet you at Ole Miss. Well, you better hurry or we can just kiss that money goodbye. You understand that? I'll read you loud and
I
clear.
think part of the reason oh, look out, Bert. Here comes the NYPD. Is that a
What's the
jurisdiction?
Texas County Mountie doing in Arkansas?
Chicago.
I don't know.
This guy's out of jurisdiction too. They must be chasing the Blues Brothers. Another New York one. And must be chasing Bert all over the country here. Yeah, this is a really nice Bandit style Trans Am here. Got the Bandit license plates in here. Awesome. Always fun to see a Bandit style Trans Am. 79 Pontiac Trans Am.
You must be part coon dog. I've been chased by the best of them. Son, you make them look like they're all running in slow motion.
Looks like the Duke boys are getting ready to head out here.
And a car that needs no introduction, the 1969 Dodge Charger, better known as the General Lee. Mopars, of course, are known for lots of bright colors. The General Lee's orange color was chosen as it would stand out on people's TVs in the late 70s. All the stunts in the show were practical, including one of the most insane jumps ever put on TV, a 200-foot jump. The car landed mostly intact too, thanks to its reinforced suspension and the ramp's design. No green screens used back then, so of course that meant many Chargers were destroyed during filming. In total, I've heard that over 300 cars were destroyed during the filming of the TV series. Just the sheer number of times the Duke boys jumped the General Lee helped cement its place in history as one of the most iconic TV cars ever.
This one here looks a little familiar. I think it's a 69 Dodge Charger. Bo and Luke Duke in the house. You're on your way.
Got it signed up here too. I think that's getting kind of, not sure he's had it all signed by there. Not good at reading signatures.
And then, yeah, the Ohio boys there in Chelsea.
Hazard County.
I actually got a part of the car.
Oh, look, he's got some.
I want to go down to the Kentucky one. I have to jump over the phone.
Generally speaking, you don't see a lot of these. See what I did there? Generally here, it looks like a car from Cheech and Chong up in Smokers. The Muff Diver. Holy cow, it's the Muff Diver. Oh my god. Car from Cheech and Chong, man. Just a love machine. That's incredible. Oh, it's got the big joint in there they were smoking. Is that a quarter pounder, man? Led Zeppelin.
He said yes. Yes, I did.
Look at this, he's got a smoke machine. There's a smoke machine in there wired up so you can smoke it out on the inside. Oh, I bet it comes out of these pipes right here, I bet. Probably not safe while he's driving, but when it's parked it'd be hilarious. It's amazing. It looks pretty screen accurate from what I can remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but all the paneling and the paint and everything, it looks pretty darn accurate. Old Cheech and Chong. A lot of people probably walking by this don't even realize. If they're not fans of Cheech and Chong, they probably just see an old rusted out Chevy. They're like, who cares? Nice. We'll go back and get the General Lee here in a second, but it's not very often you see the old muff driver from Cheech and Chong. I think this one was from Up in Smoke. And here's a vehicle I also didn't expect to see, the Mutts van from Dumb and Dumber. The original was made from a 1984 Ford Econoline. Production used only 3 vans for filming. This is a replica that used to be for sale. Not sure where it ended up, but it was very fun to see this in person. Of course, this isn't the car that was in the movie. This is a remake, if you will. Look at this thing. I wonder what they built this off of. Look at that. Looks like a Ford. These ears. The ears even kind of whack. Mutt Cuts, Providence, Rhode Island. This tail too and everything. Oh my gosh. It's a leg lift too, just like the movie. This is how they filled it up on the inside. Well, what a car, what a vehicle to stumble upon. Looks like it's been sold. I wonder who bought it. Wagging his tongue all the way down the road. Look at this thing. Yeah. Look at this thing. Oh, sorry. And what show about movie cars would be complete without an Ecto build? This one here was built out of a 63 Cadillac. The original, of course, was built off of a 59 Cadillac combination coach, which was a hybrid ambulance and hearse. I've seen Ecto builds built off just about anything though. They're always fun to see, and folks are always excited to see them, no matter what they're made out of. The iconic Ecto siren was from a repurposed World War II air raid siren in combination with a regular car horn to get that unique sound. You know exactly what car is driving down the road when you hear that thing.
Looks like we got an Ecto-1 build out of a Pontiac here, looks like. I haven't seen an Ecto-1 out of a Pontiac before. This is a first. Look at that.
And here's an Ecto built off of what I believe is a 68 Pontiac ambulance. Kinda cool to see. It's also worth mentioning, if you're a fan of Ghostbusters, to check out a video I did of a friend of mine who created an Ecto-1 and an Ecto-2. I'll link that video at the end of this video.
Like he just used some some sealant stuff and painted it green like it's slime. I like it. Oh, look at that, he's got the RC one. Yeah, never seen an Ecto-1 out of a Pontiac. At least I don't think so.
Alright, got a mystery machine here. Another vehicle that needs no introduction, the Mystery Machine. I saw this one recently at the Twin Cities Auto Show. It's part of a collection of cars called the Cars Against Crime TV and Movie Car Collection. I've also done a video on that incredible collection of cars too. Be sure and check that one out too if you haven't already. I'll link that one at the end of the video too. This Mystery Machine was built off of a 1961 Ford Econoline van. I don't see too many of these Mystery Machines around. Yeah. Ruh-roh. Zoinks. This is really fun. Did a good job with this one. Like, they got LED lights all around the edges there and stuff too. Nice little couch seating going all the way around. That's a good Mystery Machine right here. We got a 64 Ford Econoline, Scooby-Doo and the gang representing it. You holding it down in there, Scoobs? Uh-oh, hey, wait a second. They're gone. Oh, there they are. What kind of shenanigans are going on back here in the back of the Mystery Machine? Oh boy. Clowns, eh? Eesh. Not a huge fan of clowns myself. Eesh. Yep. See you later, Scoob. And here, of course, is KITT, or Knight Industries 2000, built off of a 1982 Pontiac Trans Am. Another sound, when you hear it, you just know. KITT is close by, scanning the environment with his radar red scanner bar. Again, the show was filmed in a time before CGI was heavily used, so most, if not all, of the effects on the car were practical. From KITT's dashboard to its light switches and screens, all the effects had to really work. This fact made the car feel real, and of course, William Daniels adding his voice as KITT completed the iconic car's place in history. I believe there were around 5 KITT cars on set during filming. And this one here is not a kit car, but I just thought I would throw it in for good measure. It's just a nice Pontiac Trans Am. Though this one was slightly newer than kit, this one here is a 1989 Trans Am. Beautiful cars.
Real close on this car for a robot. This looks an awful lot like a robot I know, named Bumblebee. They're always watching, protecting Autobots. I think the sun's getting to me. I don't know if that was what he was trying to do with this, but definitely is giving off some Bumblebee vibes. Before he turned into the other Camaro. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. I spot you, Bumblebee. I got you.
I thought this one here was pretty fun too. Someone had taken an old Camaro and painted it to look like Bumblebee from the first Transformer movie. The one Megan Fox worked on. It's a different year of the Camaro, but you get the gist of it. And always fun to see an Autobot, especially if it's Bumblebee.
Bumblebee's been a Volkswagen, Camaro. I wonder what he liked being better, Camaro or a Volkswagen? I'm gonna guess Camaro. Secret's safe with me, Bumblebee. I won't tell no one. Glad you're here. Keep protecting, buddy. Say hi to the Autobots for me. Look at this, they got the urban assault vehicle from Stripes. A replica, but this is amazing. Imagine old Bill Murray in there.
Oh, this was a cool vehicle to see in person. The EM50 Urban Assault Vehicle from the movie Stripes. The original was built off of a 1976 GMC motorhome. And again, all the effects and gadgets in this vehicle were practical. But of course, it was also a full-size motorhome. So driving the thing through fields, tight roads, tight turns, and off-road proved to be a bit difficult for the stunt drivers. But they made it work, and it just all added to the humor of the film. Again, this was a vehicle I never thought I'd see, but was great to see it. This was a very accurate recreation of the real thing. Incredible to see. And another car that needs no introduction, Herbie. Herbie, as we all know, has been gracing the big screen for many decades. A cute little Volkswagen Bug with a mind of its own to win the big race against incredible odds. Always the underdog, but always finds a way to win. In truth, it's been many years since I've watched a Herbie movie. But I remember watching the old Disney Herbie movies as a kid and loving them. So it is always fun to see the little guy. Hey, look who decided to say hi to us before we leave the show. Old Tomater. And here's another lovable face, Old Mater. Old Mater of the Cars franchise. I believe Mater in the films was supposed to be a 1951 International Harvester, though I think he looks more like a classic mid-50s Chevy truck. This one here was a 57. And sometimes you see some tribute paint jobs to Lightning McQueen at the shows. This one here, of course, on a Corvette. And here's a couple more Mater and McQueen builds. This is actually a 2005 Lotus. Pretty much all stock, including the paint job. They just put graphics on it. It's kind of amazing how much a 2005 Lotus stock looks like Lightning McQueen.
Love the license plate. Later, Mater. That's awesome. So I can't remember. I mean, Lightning McQueen, I always think of him as red. Obviously, he's got the Doc Hudson kind of paint job on him today. This is awesome. This is really cool. It's a 2005 Lotus. The owner said it's just the sticker, so the 2005 Lotus looks like this, and he printed the special stickers and got it all on there, and it looks just like Lightning McQueen. It's amazing how a 2005 stock Lotus looks so much like Lightning McQueen. It's awesome.
Let's write a sticker first. If it's cold. And I grabbed a drink out of my truck.
And here we have an incredible example of old Doc Hudson from Cars. Though Doc was supposed to be a 1951 Hudson Hornet, this model here is a 1954, so a different body style. But the Hudson Hornet dominated NASCAR from 1951 to 1954, winning over 80 races. It really did have the nickname the Fabulous Hudson Hornet, just like Doc. The engine had a twin H-Power setup, dual single-barrel carburetors on a 308 cubic inch inline-six engine. It won a lot of races on the track, and off the track they were known for a smooth, comfortable ride, providing the consumer with a luxury performance car. Look at that.
Doc from
Right? You bet. Thanks to the movie Cars, there was a renewed interest in the Hudson Hornet, and rightly so. They were an absolute legend of the car, and many people started to buy them and restore them after that movie.
Look at that.
But it's cool to see one here. That looks really original. You just don't see these cars looking this original anywhere. Incredible.
Look. That is so cool. Hudson Hornet.
Yes, and no movie car episode is complete without an Eleanor, a 1967 Shelby GT 500, the car Nicolas Cage had a love-hate relationship with in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Apparently there were about 10 Eleanors built for the movie. Most were standard 67 Mustangs with a Shelby GT 500 style bodywork. Movie magic. All served a different purpose. I don't know how many made it through filming. I heard only 3. But after the movie came out, it birthed the demand for Eleanor replicas, one of which is right here. I heard Nick Cage loved the car too, and demanded that he do much of his own driving during the movie. And I heard that he bought one of the hero cars after filming Wrapped. I hope their relationship has improved since then. The final chase scene took about 6 weeks to film. Can you imagine? Your job for 6 weeks as Nick Cage was to get up in the morning and drive Eleanor in a chase scene all day. I know it's not that easy, it doesn't really work like that, but I can imagine it was still pretty great. here is an actual screen-used 1967 GTO from the movie XXX. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, I must admit, but I'm glad a 67 GTO is getting some screen time in the spotlight. I think this is one of the more underrated movie cars out there. The car was loaded with all kinds of fun stuff. Flamethrowers, rocket launchers, remote controls, parachute, you name it. Not sure about this GTO here, but the hero car from the film had a Pontiac 400 V8, though I've also read that one of them had a 455 in it from a 71 Pontiac. Either way, Vin Diesel said driving it was like driving a street tank.
Certificate of authenticity. It's a real deal. Look at it, all of his guns back here too. XXX. But yeah, this one wasn't at the auto show. This is a screen-used GTO from the movie XXX. So Vin Diesel sat right in there. That's awesome.
The 67 GTO is a legendary car all on its own, and I'm sure it's not finished being on screen yet. This was definitely cool to see and belongs to the Cars Against Crime car collection.
Look at this.
And here's a Porsche 550 Spider replica, the car that James Dean drove. This one here is built off of a VW chassis. Even though it's a replica and not the real Porsche 550 Spider, it was really cool to see, as there was only about 90 550 Spiders ever made. This is the type of car Dean was driving when he was tragically killed. He was heading to a race in Salina, California, when he had a head-on collision with a 1954 Tudor. A tragic accident. He was only 24 years old. A legend gone far too soon. It's estimated that only about half of the Spiders ever created are still in existence today. I've never seen one, only replicas.
He crashed his Porsche Spider, but oh my gosh, look how little this thing is. It's like a go-kart. I knew they were small, but just to see one up close and be able to look at it like this. My gosh, this thing is so cool.
Yeah, it'll be yours because I think.
This is so cool to see James Dean's car.
I sit in the car and I'm like somebody probably should go. And so a lot of cars I can't. Well, that my wife had.
This is cool. I've seen one in a museum once that was a replica as well. I'd love to actually see a real one. I don't know if there's any left that are for show or not. I don't know. I would doubt that anybody would show up to a car show driving one. They're worth millions of dollars.
Because you got to get down so low, slide your butt in.
I gotta do this.
Just gonna open the back here for us. It's got the straps on it. That's awesome. There she is. The old. You say it's got a VW drivetrain in there, yeah?
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, we live in Graffiti. My wife grew up in Hamburg. Did you build it? No. No, my dad bought it a couple months ago. I mean, for all intents and purposes, in 1956, VW and Porsche's drivetrains were exactly the same. It had dual overhead cams on the outside, as well as dual distributors driven off of the cams. Whereas this just has a single distributor in the center of the engine. So it moves. Oh.
Yeah, just imagine old James Dean cruising around in his Porsche Spider 550. That's incredible to see one of these at a car show, even though it's, you know, it's a replica and it's got a VW drivetrain in it, so it's a lot different, but still, it's cool to see. Love it. Here we have the old striped tomato, Starsky and Hutch Gran Torino. I filmed this car a couple years back and talked to the owner. Told me all about the car, so make sure you check out that video too. It's pretty awesome. It's an official replica by Ford that the dealership was putting out. And he pointed out in that video that I took that the cars on the actual show, this line right there is rounded off on the actual show, but the ones the dealership Ford put out have the little point to them, so that's how you can tell. And I forget how many he said there were that they made. It's only like 1,000 something. He's been the only owner of this car. He's had it for a long time, since he was in high school, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty awesome. Nice guy to talk to as well.
And here we have the classic 1975 Ford Gran Torino, the car from Starsky and Hutch, though they also used the 76 in some of the filming as well. You might say this car paved the way for the General Lee, as Starsky and Hutch ran from 75 to 79, and the Duke boys took over from 79 to 85. Nicknamed the Striped Tomato for obvious reasons, the car became one of the show's stars. It appeared in every episode. About 10 cars were used throughout the series. Because of the car's popularity, demand for replicas grew to a point where Ford decided to put out 1,000 Starsky and Hutch replicas. These were sold to the public in 1976. I think it's kind of funny that this was the car that was used by supposed undercover cops. Way to not stand out, guys. Regardless, this was an epic contribution to the world of TV cars, and a must-have for collectors. I believe there's only about 3 of these screen-used cars left from the show. It's a recreation. I was talking to the owner. He bought it about 6-7 years ago, he said, and there was a red one with a vinyl top, so he put the hard top on it and put the stripe on it, and there you go, Starsky and Hutch. I love it. It's a great car. Always love seeing those. Look at this. And here we have a Mirthmobile. Not the actual one, of course, but this is the same year and make, of course, as Garth's 1976 AMC Pacer from the movie Wayne's World. It's fun to see one in more original condition, but it also would have been fun to see this car dressed up as the Mirthmobile too. These cars were nicknamed Fishbowls on Wheels because of their huge curved glass windows. The original car used in the movie survived filming. Only one of them was made for the film, and I believe this humble little 76 AMC Pacer sold for $71,500 in 2022, and eventually made its way to a museum in Canada. I think that's fitting since Mike Myers, who played Wayne in the movie, is from Canada himself.
Oh yeah? Yeah, great.
And if you have any questions, I have a lot of hot air.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Let's have some radio on stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Heavily modified, so
Sure. of fun to see an old pacer. I heard these things used to just heat up like no other because they're all window. The old greenhouse effect in there would just heat them up and melt everything inside the car. See, he's got the black tinted windows there. Probably help with that. Look at this. 64 Buick Riviera.
And I thought I would throw this one in for good measure too. The Buick from Roadhouse. This one here is a 1964 Buick Riviera. The one used in the movie Roadhouse was actually a 1965 and used by the character Dalton because it had those iconic clamshell headlight protectors, as he knew that he'd be making some enemies starting his new bouncer job at the Double Deuce. Though not a flashy movie car, it still made its place in movie and automotive history because of those clamshell headlights.
This is 64. These Rivieras always remind me of Roadhouse though. Patrick Swayze got one of these. Got one of these cheap in Roadhouse. I think he liked the headlight protectors on it. I think his was a 65 though. It's got the original 425 in it too. What a great car.
And here's another 1969 Dodge Charger. I threw this one in because it reminded me of Dominic Toretto's 1970 Black Charger RT. This one here has a 572 Hemi in it. Black on black on black. Amazing Charger. Though Dom's 1970 Charger used in filming I heard was too fast for the street racing scenes, and drivers had to pull back, as it would accelerate a lot faster than the Mitsubishi Eclipse used by the character of Brian. The stunt team had to carefully time the races to keep them true to the story. Car was just too fast. Vin Diesel personally picked the 1970 Charger for the film as he said it represented Dom's soul on wheels, strong, loyal, and a bit dangerous too. Sooner or later I'm bound to see a recreation of Dom's 1970 Charger, but this one here is an insane Charger all on its own. Always good to see a late 60s or early 70s Charger. A true legend of TV and movies.
That is an awesome Charger right there.
Well, that about wraps up this episode. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please put a few tokens in the token machine next to your TV. If you don't have a token machine on your TV, please just hit that like button. Long live the TV and movie cars. So what cars would you like me to cover in the future? Put a comment below. Thanks for watching this episode, everybody. I'm traveling down the road to the next one. Check you later. Okay, bye.